everyone knows who Joshua Fabia is, at least if you're a real MMA fan. He came into Diego Sanchez's career, and basically it was like, what would happen if you fired all of your coaches and you brought in a guy who's a cult leader that knows nothing about mixed martial arts? And this is what happened. He was a money machine. And it's what I built my channel on initially, was making fun of him. I think I did about 32 videos clowning on him, and I had a lot of very funny jokes. And as a result, I asked MSC Films to edit me together a compilation of some of my best jokes on Fabia, and that's what you're looking at right now. Watch it, and you tell me what you think in the comments. And if you like it, etc. Subscribe. Bye.
Because when people are constantly asking me about my martial arts credentials, it's like, look, man, here's what actually matters right now. I've got a black belt and talking shit. And I think there's a lot of people that have black belts that would submit that they would have no shot in the ring with me in that regard. Bro, you better stop dissing Sensei Fabia. He might just end up paying you a visit, and that wouldn't end well. Sosa. Pick your little guy up, your little sensei, put him in like a basket like he's E.T., you know, like E.T. Phone Home. You put him in like a little basket and then ride him over to my house like in your bicycle, and then pick him up, put him on the ground, and I'll fight him. I'll go, oh yeah, little guy. It's like, come on, little Elmo. Are you still mad? He's all, stop it. Every time he starts talking, he just tickles his little tummy. Oh, look at you. I can see the smile coming. You're not angry anymore, are you, little guy? And he's all, stop it. You're all right. So now what? He's all, well, blah, blah, blah. You're all, shut up. I want to take that little guy. I want to wrap him in a little blanket. Were they going to grab you like a little stuffed animal and then pop your little head off and see if there was stuffing inside of you? Story about a little munchkin that was living in the walls and was scratching at the walls. You are the size of a little gizmo. That I'm the size of a little gizmo. Don't get me wet or I'll turn into a gremlin.
If you're an average-sized human, you can make fun of people who are the size of a Tickle Me Elmo. That's the rule. Or a little G.I. Joe. I bet he would prefer for me to refer to him as a G.I. Joe.
He just went and hid under a tiny little rock. He hid under a rock, but the rock is very tiny. Little gizmo, don't get him wet. Don't let him eat after midnight. Don't let him eat after midnight or else he'll turn into a gremlin. Actually, I think if he eats after midnight, it turns into like a million Fabias. Oh man, don't let him eat after midnight. We'll get so many Fabias, it'll be crazy, and we'll throw them in a pool, and then the world will get overrun by gremlin Fabias. It'll be a fucking nightmare. A small money frog. Like, anybody have like a money frog in their house that you stick a little jewel in? You know, like a little jewel? Now you can look, like I call my money frog Fabia, because Fabia is my little money frog. So why don't you tell me what it's like to float from one place to the other, because you don't weigh anything. You're like a little piece of cotton that's flying around. Not even small enough to fit in a fucking lunch pail like you are. Here you go. Hop in. Here, hop in. I have some Star Wars toys in there. I have some, like, you know, my little Star Wars figurines. You can play with them. You could show them how to fight. Hop in the fucking thing. Show Luke Skywalker how to fight. I think, hey, look at him. He is anxious. He really wants to learn how to fight. Get in there, Josh. Get in the lunch pail. Have you ever been in an argument with like your girlfriend or your wife, and like they get so mad, and so they're really trying to fight you, and like you grab their arms and you're like, whoa, look at it. It takes like 10% of your effort to subdue them, right? So they are literally raging, full throttle raging. You're holding onto their wrists and you're like, whoa, look at you. You are really mad. And they're like, ah! I think that's kind of what it would be like to fight Josh Fabia. He's like, and you're just like, whoa, look at you. Those are some big feelings that you're having. Now go back in your basket, E.T., and go cry yourself to sleep.
He said that I would fit inside of a lunchbox. I can't fit inside of a lunchbox. No matter how many times he says it, it doesn't make it true. He also said that one time he had a pot of hot water boiling on the stove, and it went, woo! He thought it was ready to go, and when he opened it, it was just me inside the pot going like this. Woo!
Everyone needs to stop talking trash about Joshua Fabia. You don't understand how dangerous he is. Then I saw this video right here. I don't really know what he's doing. I'm not sure exactly what this was supposed to be, but what I saw was a face. And once I saw the hair like that, first time I had seen him without a shaved head, where he had hair, I went, wait a minute. I know who this is. I know exactly who this is. Now, if you don't know who that is, let me school you to the game. That's Elliot Rogers. He's the king of the incels. Of all incels in the history of America, He's the king. He was a very sexually frustrated gentleman in Santa Barbara who went on a killing spree. So Diego, what I need you to do here is I need you to go ahead and put your face in the the towel. And I need you to go ahead and arch your back, okay? I want you to see how much you can lift your hips in the air while having your face in the towel, okay? Now, don't worry about where I'm gonna be. You focus on you. So, face in the towel, face in the towel, go ahead and arch your back, and then lift those hips as high as you can. Okay, is that a camera back there? It's not a camera. Of course it's not a camera. What would I do with a thing like that? What on earth would I do with a camera from behind you while you have your back arched and your hips in the air and your face in a towel? I mean, a camera, ridiculous. Hop 2, we gotta strengthen that core for your next fight. So in this one, we've got him running around on what appears to be like balls, but upon further review, it's not balls, they're ball gags. Look at that, they're ball gags, okay? So in this one, Josh was like, listen to me. All right, Diego, so here's what we're gonna be doing, all right? So later, okay, we're gonna be doing a really special training later. And I want it to be as ruthless as it can be. We're gonna get you ready. We're gonna get you to a place where it would be impossible for you to lose. A place where you're so mentally tough that no matter what kind of problems you see in the octagon, you're gonna be able to fight through them. What I'm gonna need from you to make that happen is we need to get these ball gags dirty, because those ball gags are going down your throat later, okay? Straight up, they're going down your throat. And I need you to get prepared for that. So go ahead and put them on your feet. Go ahead and put them on your feet. This is gonna be good for your balance too. But ultimately what we're using this for is we're gonna put that ball gag down your throat later. And we're gonna do some, blind touching drills, Ball gag in the mouth, blindfold on, and you try not to react no matter what you hear or feel, okay? So let's go ahead, get on the asphalt, make them dirty. Get these ball gags nice and dirty, because they're going in your mouth later. First, he's like, here, Diego, now go ahead and roll. Now here, look at, oh, that's great, yeah. Grab a hold of my leg. Go ahead and do that, and then look at, oh, yeah, put your hands, oh, yeah, right up under my crotch. Do it, right there, that's perfect, Diego. I'm gonna get small, I'm gonna move around like this, and then I'm gonna roll, I'm gonna grab a hold of your leg, and I'm gonna spin into you. I'm gonna fall into your embrace, and I want you to hold me like I'm your little brother that's 15 years younger, and you're consoling me after I lost a fight at school. And you're like, you're gonna be safe, little guy. You're gonna be safe, little guy. Can you actually say you're gonna be safe, little guy, while I'm in your embrace? Ready? Pull me in. Yeah, you're gonna be safe, little guy. You're gonna be safe, little guy. Now, you're gonna be safe, little guy. I look like I actually am the smallest human being in the history of the world compared to you in this camera angle. But look, no, here. Let's see, yeah. Slip like that and then hit me in the neck. Now watch this. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show him with my hips. Look, this is how I move when I'm in the bedroom. Yep, now watch this. So watch how I move in the bedroom. Oh, gotcha. I'm so fast. That's how I move my hips, son. I move my hips. Look at, oh, that's my tongue. Watch this so fast, and then I show you my tongue.
The reality is, okay, that's beautiful for McGregor to say, but he also just got knocked the fuck out.
That never gets old, dude. Like, here's the thing. Like, all I did right there was I played my own video. So that was in my video. Like, that was already in my video. But I didn't really focus on it, right? Like, because there was so much other stuff. Does no one else find that, utterly hilarious? Well, I'm glad you asked, Summer, because Conor McGregor just got knocked out. You're all right. What does that have to do with it? Are you suggesting that you would be able to beat Dustin Poirier in a man-to-man? I'm going to hypothesize how many Josh Fabias it would take to beat Dustin Poirier or Conor McGregor. Okay, so let's go. Against Dustin Poirier, I think if you have 7 Josh Fabias, you could probably beat Dustin Poirier. Conor, probably same number. I think a group of 6, actually, man, 6 is not that many when you factor in that if Conor, they're all like, so if they overwhelm him, you got to think about it like this. Okay, so if 6 Josh Fabias just mob on Conor McGregor all at once, right? So they, if they're coordinated enough where they're like, okay, you take his leg, you take his right leg, you take his arms, whatever, maybe. But if they're even moderately unassembled and they come like this, and they're trying to grab him, and there's a millisecond, Connor just goes, and elbow unconscious, elbow cut in the face, you unconscious, you unconscious. I don't know. I actually don't know if 6 Josh Fabias could take Connor on. Gotta keep it tight and right. You know what I mean? Oh, I know what you mean, Josh. I do. But I guess $4, I can see how tight you guys are keeping it, huh? Click to see some power and a little sexiness in action. Oh my gosh. I love this guy. I think Josh is an amazing person. All right, check me out. I am very small, but I am very confident. And when I stand like this and tell people what to do, they just do it. Look at you fall. You see that? Did you see that? And if you were actually fighting me, this would have worked just as well.
He also said he found me inside of a bag of Skittles. Okay, I go to my computer. It's not on the computer. I'm like, what the? And it's still on. It sounds electronic. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, dude? So I go to this drawer, okay, and there's one of my kids' walkie-talkie is in the drawer, and it's coming through the walkie-talkie. And so I'm like, what is going on, dude? And it's like it sounds like one of his videos. He's not like talking to someone. He's just doing his thing where he's like, what is wisdom? What is water? Have you ever thought about what would happen if you weren't as wise as you think you are? That kind of mumbo jumbo, right? And so the only explanation is someone's breaking my balls. Okay. They have to be close. It's a walkie-talkie. Okay. So they have to have the other walkie-talkie against a device, and they're playing Fabia through it. Right. Why would first of all, who would know me well enough to do that? How? And then I actually legit got concerned because I'm like, okay, Gabrielle's not doing this because she's not here. Anyone else that would know about my channel, why would they be close enough to have the other one of my kids' walkie-talkies and have Fabia coming through it? Okay. So like, I'm laughing about this now. I was legit concerned. I was like, it felt like maybe there is someone who has a problem with me that's found me. I'm not that hard to find. You know what I mean? So true story. I went and grabbed one of my firearms and I started looking around. And so I go into the thing. And so I was like, who is this and where are you? And it stops, immediately stops. And I'm like, hello, this isn't funny, dude. Who is this? Nothing. Okay. So then I really start getting nervous. Okay. I really start getting nervous. Now, have you guys ever seen the movie Child's Play? Okay. Like the movie, like the original Child's Play with Chucky. That's a scary movie, believe it or not. All the later ones, Chucky, the Chucky doll ones, those are, they're kind of ridiculous. They're kind of fun and stupid, but like entertaining. The first one's legit scary. And the scariest part of that movie is when the Chucky doll is on the ground and the mom pulls him out from underneath the couch and she's like, and she flips him over and opens the battery pack and there's no batteries in it. And then it turns its head around and goes, like just so scary. Dude. And that scarred me when I was a kid. That scarred me. So I always have that in the back of my mind when something weird is going on with a device. So this thing, right? The walkie-talkie, I'm like, let me just do the Chucky thing. I know I'm crazy. So I flip it over. I open the battery pack and fucking Fabia was in the battery pack. It was him. He had snuck into my house. He had gone in the drawer. He had unhooked the battery pack and put it back on. And he just waited. Okay. He was right. Like Diego's right. He is a little assassin.